Hello, dear viewer. Today I'd like to take a moment to talk about one of my other obsessions/interests in life, the world's favorite sport, football. Alright, let's not alienate half of you right off the bat. I'm talking, of course, about soccer, not the game most Americans know as football. The World Cup happens only once every 4 years, so naturally it's a tournament that few in the world miss. It's a mix of national pride, passion for the sport, and the exciting festivities surrounding the event that keeps us coming for more. Hell, there are traditions and rituals I've been following ever since I was a kid. That's how big this event is for me. Here's my World Cup 2010 album. I can't go a single tournament without collecting these. Now, I don't know of any other tournament in the world that takes almost 3 years to qualify for in order to reduce some 200-plus teams to 32 finalists. If there is, I'd love to know. Anyhow, now that the finalists have been drawn into groups, the World Cup draw was 2 days ago, and by the way, that also tends to be a huge event for us fans of the sport, I wanted to go ahead and share my opinions on the draw, the groups, and the World Cup in general. My aim here is to convince at least one non-enthusiast to join the fun. If I can achieve that, I'll be happy. So, World Cup draw happened 2 days ago, and for those of you who don't know, the 32 finalists are placed into 8 groups of 4 teams, where they play round-robin until the top 2 remain and move on to the knockout stages, where the 16 remaining teams all go into direct elimination until only 2 are left and then a champion is crowned. Now, World Cup draws always stir up controversy due to the inevitable disparity that some groups get. It's just impossible to have a draw that'll please the majority of fans on the earth. You have to realize the sport, while enjoyed the world over, originated in Europe and was played almost exclusively by Europe and South America until relatively recently. So making sure that the best teams in the world play while making sure that every continent is represented in order to be able to call it a World Cup is virtually impossible. To date, there have only been champions from either South America or Europe. So, how do you dole out the 32 berths as fairly as possible while maintaining the integrity of the sport? You don't. So the governing board of soccer, FIFA, does the next best thing. Europe gets 13 places, South America gets 5.5 places, North and Central America gets 3.5 berths, Asia gets 4.5, Africa gets 5, and Oceania gets a whopping half a seat. Because screw those little island nations that don't know the difference between a coconut and a soccer ball. Now you're probably wondering, assuming you're still even watching this, 0.5? Did I hear that right? 0.5 berths? How does that even work? Do you send half a team? Believe me, that's a video for another day. To sum it up, the continental confederations with the 0.5s at the end duke it out in playoffs with the other confederations with the 0.5ers. For those last 2 berths, like they're the last toy in the store on Black Friday. Those 2 lucky teams this time around were Mexico and Uruguay, the 2 D students from their respective confederations. Hell, you want to talk about unfair? Venezuela has yet to even play their first World Cup, and after a heartbreaking fight to make it to their first tournament, they ended up just shy of the playoff spot with 5 victories, 5 ties, 6 defeats. In a confederation where only 4 out of 10 are guaranteed a spot. Meanwhile, Mexico has the absolute luxury of stinking up the field in a cushy best 4 out of 6 tournament, won 2, tied 5, lost 3, and still managed to qualify because their players all blew a leprechaun and wished for a miracle to see them through. What I'm saying is Mexico utterly deserves to not be at this World Cup with their crappy record. But as I tried to establish earlier, World Cup draws aren't about fairness. It's inevitable that some teams will just have it easier simply because of the disparity in the world itself. That's disparity in population, skill, players, etc. So, how do the chosen 32 get placed into groups? Well, luck of the draw. FIFA said, let's take the top 7 teams in the world, according to them, plus the host nation, put them in a pot, take the Africans and the remaining South Americans, put them in a second pot, take the Asians and North Americans, stick them in the third pot, and the remaining European teams will all be in pot 4. The one extra European will be forced into a group with a non-European seed from the first pot to avoid having more than 2 European teams in the same group. And that's as good as it was going to get, so that we can have the most diverse groups that we can come up with. This year, we ended up with this result. Is it fair? No. It's dumb luck for some teams, utter disaster for others. No system is perfect. I can't complain, my team lucked out. We have a draw so ridiculously easy, most bookies have us at a 5-1 to win the whole thing. I celebrated. In fact, I laughed so hard at England's lack of luck and Spain and Holland and Germany's lack of luck that I wish I could replicate my reaction. It went something like this.
Come on. Yes! Italy with Uruguay! Oh shit! England, Uruguay, Italy! Oh shit! Oh, give us Bosnia! Bosnia! Yes!
In 2002, we weren't so lucky. It all evens out eventually. And why is there so much disparity in the sport all over the world? That's a video for another day. It would take quite a bit of explaining. For now, I hope you've enjoyed this quickie rundown of the World Cup draw and my summary and reactions to it. I will go into detail later on, group by group, and tell you what I think. Stick around if you're interested. After all, this is one of my obsessions in life. Till next time, dear viewer. Oh, and before you ask, yes, it is a complete World Cup 2010 Panini album. Yeah, I've been collecting these darn stickers since I was a kid, so why stop the tradition now that I'm an adult? Yeah, I have every single, teammate, every single whole team, and every single crest for every single team. It took a while to complete this darn thing. Yeah, usually when you're getting down to my favorite 2 pages. But anyhow, yeah, usually when you're getting down to the last couple of stickers, like say 20 or 30 or so, it gets extremely hard to collect them because this is Panini's error for 2010. Yeah, that is not England's crest. Shame on you, Panini, you should know better. And that's a very half-assed, team picture. Instead of getting an England team picture, they took the individual pictures and just turned them into a team. Wow. They didn't do their work on England that year. But yeah, completing these things at 50 cents a packet of 5 stickers, as you can imagine, it can get pretty costly because you end up with a lot of repeats. Thankfully, there exists groups online that you can trade stickers in the mail with, and then you can complete your collections. But back in the day, back when you were a kid, you just had to keep buying packets and buying packets and buying packets. And usually you would not get to fill these darn things because it's just insane. The statistical improbability of getting every single sticker when you're buying them straight up is just, it's impossible. But yeah, thank you, Internet. Thank you, Internet and Internet mailing groups, for allowing me to exchange my repeat stickers with stickers I needed to complete this darn thing. So many memories. I'm such a geek. But yeah, and no, I did not defile the thing by writing in the results like you were supposed to. I just keep those online. Till next time, dear viewer.